Okay, so we hopefully have made our good impressions up to this point. So just to recap, we have done 16 videos up to this point. 16 videos, and we're just in the house right now. And the reason I say that is this. A lot of technicians skip all these parts that we just watched, all these videos. They skip a lot of this stuff. Or they start doing them right after you're trained in as a new technician, and then over time they miss one of these things, then two of these things, and three of these things, and four of these things, and before you know it, they don't do any of them anymore. And then their closing rate goes down, goes in the tank. Okay? So if you're struggling at this point with a closing rate, I would go back and watch these last 16 videos to get you back on track. There's more than just those 16 videos, but we just made it in the house. 16 videos, and we just walked into the house at this point. It's a lot of stuff. Seems weird, but it's a lot of stuff to get down. Very important stuff, and people forget this, or they forget how important all these little things are leading up to the call. We're not even in the house yet, all right? So, now we're in the house, right? So we need to build rapport with the customer. Now, words can be a tool, or words can be, they can be a weapon, or they can be a tool. So, the word yes. The word yes is extremely powerful, all right? We want to create a yes culture in the house. And here's a couple of examples how that works, all right? So when you say, hey, my name is Kent and you are, and they say, I'm Mary, you say, hey, can I call you Mary? Yes, right? They use the word yes. Try to get the customer to say the word yes. How are you doing today? Oh, I'm doing fine. Boy, it's kind of cold out. Or if the customer says, yeah, well, it's cold outside, I'll say, yes, it is cold outside. Use the word yes in the middle of things. Sometimes a customer might say something that you want to use the word no. And we need to turn those around to yes. In a video coming up or so, I'm going to talk about words we're not supposed to use. One of those words is the word no. Try to erase that from your vocabulary. Customers do not like to be told no. Think about it. When you go to a restaurant and you ask if you have something, they say, no, we don't have that. It's just the most negative word. What they might say is, yes, I understand the question, and I don't have that, but I do have this, right? Yes, I understand the question. So if a customer says to you, can you do this work for free? You don't want to say the word no. So you'll say, yes, I understand the question. What I could do is do this work for this price, something along that line, right? We want to build empathy with the customer. So the customer might say something like, I've been to customers' home where I gave them a price and they literally started crying right on the spot. Puts you in an uncomfortable situation. And I'm not good at throwing empathy. So the way I can show empathy is by using the word yes. So they might be like, oh my gosh, I'm so stressed. This is so much information and I just don't know what to do and I'm just so stressed. And I can just stop and say, yes, you are stressed, but I'm here to help you. See how I use the word yes over and over again? Very powerful word, the word yes. All right? The next powerful word is the word today. Because what do we want? We want the customer to say yes to our price, and we want them to say yes today. We don't want to leave the house with, I want to think about it, I need to talk to my spouse, I want to get another price. We don't want that. We want them to say yes. We want them to say yes today. So those are the two words we're going to try to use the most. So we already talked about the word yes. Now let's talk about the word today. So when you call up, hey, Mrs. Jones, this is Kent with Service Today. Happy Tuesday to you. Oh, great. Well, I see we have an appointment today. When you get to the house. Oh, I understand the work you want to do. Well, when we start that today, All right? When we agree to go forward today, so we keep using that word today. Also using the customer's name. People like to use their own name. Now, there becomes a point where you can overdo this, so be a little careful with it. But probably every 5 to 7 sentences, try to interject their name. It also resets their mind. So let's say you're talking a lot and you're giving them a lot of information. They might start glazing over and they might kind of shut down. By saying their name, it kind of like jumpstarts their brain, like, oh, yeah, I got to pay attention. So it's like, Mrs. Jones, so a safety enhancement is installed GFI receptacles. And what GFI receptacles are, they're a safety device and they protect you from electrical shock. And they might glaze over at this time. Now, Mary, the reason we need these in your kitchen is because, see, by saying their name, it starts to reset their brain and they start paying attention again. So using their name every so often, but don't overdo it because then it can get annoying or they can start seeing you're really just trying to do it and it turns them off. Okay, so those are the powerful words and that's how we use to make a friend and making sure that your customer likes you and trusts you.